Now, I am extremely delighted to welcome Dr. Sathu T, Assistant Professor, Center of Excellence, Meat Science and Technology, Meat Technology Unit, to deliver a brainstorming session on processing and marketing of meat and meat products. He is an expertise in quality control, product development, and slaughterhouse waste management. He is known for his commands to successfully develop meat industry and marketing strategies. He has chaired various meetings on meat entrepreneurship and product development. He is also a potent researcher with over 550 publications and book chapters, and he has also presided in the establishment of ISO 22000-2005 certified facility for the production of wholesome meat and meat products in this unit. I think Dr. Sathu is the most felicitous person to deliver this session, and I wholeheartedly welcome you, sir, to take over this session. Thank you.
Thank you, Murli, for your good words, and I thank the organization for giving me this opportunity. Today, already Asden Doctor talked about the slaughtering process and other things. Today, I'll be just talking about how we can start the food business or the meat business and how to be successful in the meat business. If you take the present scenario of the meat or the food industry, if you take in the last few decades, there is an exponential growth in the food industries, and the share of the food industry in the market is around 42 lakh crores is the share that we have. And the meat, coming to the meat industries, we see that though there are a lot of initiatives and negative talks about taking more meats and other things, such as meat-free Mondays, Wagonaries, and other things. But whether these sentiments had any effect on the ground level, if you see, it is not true actually. The sentiments has no effect, because we see that in the last 50 or 60 years, like 1960 to 2017, there is a BBC report shows that the meat consumption is increasing. So it has changed from around 50 million tons to more than 330 million tons, and the meat industry is increasing. The growth of the meat industry is almost 5% every year in India also. So there is a much demand for the meat. The reason may be because of increase in the populations, because we have 3 billion, so it has gone to about 7.2 billion in the world. And not only that, the per capita income is also increased. That may be the reasons why we find the meat consumption is also increasing in the coming years. So what meat business I can do it? So here, I understood that, I learned that many of them, there is more than 1,000 participants are registered here, and most of them are young entrepreneurs and who want to start the business, and most of them are students. So how we can start the business and what are the things that we have to follow like. So even the government is promoting the many schemes for promoting this industries, food industries and meat industries also. So what are the meat business we can do like So government is having a lot of policies also. So if you go through I'm not going to detail with that once because we're already running short of time. Ministry of Food Processing, if you see that, then CII, that is Confederations of Indian Industries, and Investment India facilities, cells are there where you can approach and you can know the different schemes like even that MSME for the micro, small and medium industries also there. The government is giving a lot of funds. So there are around 3 lakh funds also. They also have a lot of funds schemes also they're putting. So even for the micro, 25 lakhs, up to 25 lakhs is a micro. Then the small is 25 to 5 crores there. And macro is 5 crores to 10 crores. So you can go with a lot of the schemes. Basic things that you have to, if you want to have the benefits from this scheme, is that first you have to register with MSME. Then only you can avail the schemes or you can have the benefits of this scheme. So what I can do in the meat business, or what are the meat business I can do is, one is the wet meat sale we can do is, one is as in the abattoirs, we can, whether it can be a public abattoir or a municipal abattoir, you can slaughter and you can sell the meat, or you can have your own abattoir business. Like we know that there are large players in Indian market also, like AOV is there, Al-Kabir is there, Halana is there. Even if you take the international market, that is JBS is there, Tyson's Foods are there, Cargill's are there. So that is one way we can do the meat business. Another is now the trend is coming with the online business. You know that Licious is one of the company that is topping up. Tap Fresh is there, fresh to home. So the online business also you can do. Then offline business, that is you can have your own outlets or chains of outlets we can do. Then you can have the cold storage, where cold storage yards can be established. There is another field we can touch. And the products, that is like McDonald's and other chickens. We can see in Kerala, we have the chickens, McDonald's are there, then Subways, KFC. So these are the different fields where we can explore and do our business. So first thing, before starting any business, you should have, I'm not going to talk about the schemes and other things. I'm going to tell what the practical things that we have to know to be a successful businessman or any food business or the meat business. First, you have to know your business. So that is what the Lee told, that the Lee is the famous person who told that there is no substitute for accurate knowledge. Know yourself, know your business, and know your men. So that is very important. So first, before getting into the business, what are the things that we have to do is, first is the initial plans here today, how we are going to purchase the raw materials, how we are going to market it, merchandising of the things, what are the products you are going to do, your budgeting, everything. Then contingency plan is another important thing that we have to take into consideration. Contingency plans means what is may or may not that is going to happen during your running of the business. So if anything happens, how to overcome such things. So contingency plan should be made. Then the budgetary considerations, how you are going to meet your financial goals. That is, then the licensing. So we have to take a lot of licensing also, which I'm not going to deal now. So licensing also. So all these things, a lot of things has to be taken into account before you start your business. So here are the few questions we have to answer before you go with the business, or if you're running the business. How my product or my company or my outlet is going to be unique from the other. Why does my company exist? What is the purpose of my company? What is your vision? After 5 years, after 10 years, what is your vision like? What are the products I'm going to make? What is the research and developments I'm going to implement in my company? And what is the profit you're expecting? Whether I will be listing my company. So all these things you have to have a mission and a vision in your business. And then how I'm going to communicate my vision to my employees, and would they be accepting that one or not? And the fourth question is, why my product is better than my competitors? If you are able to answer all these 4 questions, I'm sure that you are going in a right path and you will be a successful businessman. So another most important thing is that keep your suppliers happy. That is the most important thing, because generally the business owners make that mistakes, because I feel that since they are giving the supply orders, they are in the ruling positions like. So they try to exploit with unreasonable demands. So you have to see that you are keeping the suppliers happy, because suppliers are the backbone of any industry. If you don't have a good suppliers, you are not going to do your business properly. So suppliers relationship management is very, very important. As the customer's relationship manager, you have to maintain a supplier relationship management is very important. First, you have to find a good suppliers and have a very good relationship with the good suppliers. Next is with increasing your business. When your business starts increasing, you have to go with the multiple suppliers. So you have to treat all the suppliers equally. That is another important thing that we have to see. For example, the meat technology unit is almost running like an industry. What is our policy is that whenever we used to get the raw material from the farmers. So what we used to do, we purchase the animals in rotation from all the farmers. So what is the advantage is they have the confidence and they will keep on supplying to us. If you are not going to give a rotation during the purchase, what happens is they will start supplying to some other person. So when we are in the shortage, they will not be in position to help us. So we have to give respect to all the, and we have to consider all the suppliers equally, and you have to purchase from all the suppliers equally. That is the most important. We have to give the purchase order in the rotation basis. So that is the thing that we have to follow. And be loyal to your good suppliers and treat them all equally. That is what I explained that. Knowing your raw material is another important thing you have to be, because if you're not aware about your raw material, suppose you are going to the new business, like you are going to purchase some meat and you are going to make product, means how the meat should be, what are the qualities you should, or what are the qualities we need to make a good product, that should be known to you. You should have an awareness about your raw materials, because otherwise you will be fooled by the dubious suppliers. So you can be fooled. That is the one problem you can come up. Another problem is the suppliers can cheat you, or the unscrupulous suppliers cannot, so that if you have a very good knowledge about the raw materials, the unscrupulous suppliers cannot fool you easily. Not only that, if you have a very good knowledge about the raw material that you are going to purchase, it will create a respect of everyone in your supply chain. In the supply chain, it will create a respect for you. So they feel that this man knows everything, so you cannot cheat him. That is the thing. So you have to have a very good knowledge about the raw material. Let it be, for example, the meat for the patties, how it should be, what are the qualities, or you can have the grading systems. So that is very important to be a successful businessman. In a supplier-customers relationship, what are the things you should be very clear? First, the payment terms. So how you are going to pay it, in how many days you'll be paying it, all this should be very clear. The price. So if you are having a grading system, for example, if you have the grade system, what is the price you give for this type of meat, this quality animals, all this should be very clear. And quality, that's what I told. The quality is another important thing that we have to take into consideration. Delivery schedule. So when they have to deliver it, everything should be very clear. The transport of packaging, how they'll be packing, and how they should transport the, if in the case of meat, or if in the animals, how they have to be transported, as already the Wasden doctor told. When you are doing the transportation, what are the precautions they have to follow? All this should be taken into consideration, so that you can get a good quality animal and you can produce a good quality meat. And coming to the next tip to ensure a smooth business with the supplier. So there are 6 tips we have to take into consideration when you select to have a good business with the supplier. First is before selecting the suppliers, do a research about the suppliers, whether that supplier is very prompt in supplying, whether he is sincere, whether the supplier A will ask for advance or not. All these things you have to do a research about the supplier. Next is negotiation. Negotiation is the power of negotiation is very important, because there should not be any ambiguity, or everything should be very clear between the supplier and the owner or the businessman. And one thing we have to take into consideration is that both sides should be satisfied with the negotiation process. Another way how you can be cheated is that the pressure tactics of the suppliers. The suppliers will come and tell you, sir, the getting of animal is very difficult. Now the animal scarcity is there. So you have to do a survey of that one, and then you have to negotiate the price. This is another place where you will be cheated. So you should be very careful. You should do the survey, what is happening in the market, and you do a proper negotiation with that. The power of negotiation is very important. And the third is the payment terms. You have to do the payments in your payment terms, how you are going to pay it, in how many days you will be paying it. All these things are very important. Delivery process, I already told how they have to deliver suppose animals is how they have to, suppose you are delivering the meat, means at what temperature it should be maintained, and so that the quality will be maintained. All these things should be taken into consideration. And at the point of delivery, before signing the delivery note, there should be a checking, evaluate the product. Just like the animal came, we should not sign that. We have to evaluate the quality of the meat or the animal, and then only we have to sign the delivery note or the issue notes. Then what are the agreements that we have to do when they are wrongly deliver the materials? If the animal supplied is having some diseases, or the meat is not of the good quality, suppose I am getting the meat from the producers and they're making the products, means what are the things that can happen is that sometimes they will not maintain the proper temperature, so sometimes the meat will be spoiled. So we have to, if they are delivering in the wrong ways, there should be a thing like that. They have to take it back and it will not be paid like. Otherwise, it creates a problem between the supplier and the processor. Make a contract with your suppliers. That is the most important thing. So if there is any disputes, the legally it can be solved. So these are the certain things, the 6 things that you have to keep in mind to run a smooth business with a supplier. Let it be an animal supplier or the meat supplier. So let's have a quick look how to keep your supplier happy. So one is pay in time. As you promised or as per the agreement, try to pay in time. So if you are paying in time, this will create a confidence in the supplier, and they always see that they supply you in time and you will have a commanding over them. That is a pay in time. Next is personalize. Personalize, you try to maintain a good relationship with your supplier. So what is the advantages when this helps them to be empathize with you on your harder times. So if you have any difficulties, so they will help us in your harder times. For example, if there is any shortage and if you ask for extra supply, so they will be doing such things. So you have to have a personal relationship with them. Next is provide enough lead time. That is between your order date and the delivery date. There should be enough time should be provided. Don't put the unnecessary rush on the supplier. So you plan it out everything, provide enough time or provide enough lead time. So there is a sufficient time for the suppliers to procure the animal or to procure the animals or the meat and supply in right time. So do not give unnecessary rush for the supplier. Keep the supplier aware. So that is what is happening on in your industries. Let them know what is happening in your industries or what is going on in your company. Of course, not the confidential information. So that will also help to do proper supplying, or the suppliers will also be more satisfied. So how your company is going on, if there is any slowdown, or all this can be also be made aware. But see that you're not sharing any confidential information with them. So next, most important to be a successful businessman, hire the right staff. So what type of staff should be there in your team? So when you are going for a selection of the staff, certain things that we have to take into consideration is, one is the enthusiastic staff should be there. The staff should be very enthusiastic. They should have the passion to do the work, and they should always want to improve the skills like. So such type of staff, and see that you never leave that such type of staff from your firm. And if you find the people are not enthusiastic or they're not sincere, you have to sack them at any cost, because otherwise that will be affecting the other workers also, other staffs also, and you will be facing the problems. Next is the creativity. The staff, at least you should have few staff who are very creative. What is the advantage of this creative staff is that they can bring changes and they can attract the customers. Like, for example, if you are selling in some products like patties or any products like meat products, like you can bring creativity in that product, so you can attract the customers, and in the long run it helps to boom your business. The third is take care of the small things. So especially in the food industries, the hygiene is very important. The personal hygiene, premises hygiene, or the processing hygiene, all are very important. The staff should be very much take care of these things, so that it will not lead to big losses. Like, because if your hygiene is not proper, there's a chance for the spoilage. And even if your hygiene is not proper, when you sell such products to the consumers, complaints can be more, and it will be defaming your company. Like, so each and every point, for each and every small things you have to take care. Then the bigger things will fall in places. Next is maintain the good rapport with your staff. So what is the advantages? See, if you're having a good relationship with your staff, you can concentrate more on your business than dealing with their misunderstandings and other things. So you should have maintained a good rapport with your staff, and when you have a very good rapport with your staff, they will obey you better. And whenever we have any hard times and other things, they will sacrifice their times and do extra work and other things. And your business should evolve. So that is another thing. If you want to sustain in the market, we have to come up with new products like. So we have to do the research, and if your staffs are ready to do such researches, give opportunity for them, allow them to evolve new products, because you know that the story of Nokia, you know that since they did not have the good R&D section, they went out of the market. So if you want to sustain in the business, you have to evolve your new things, ensure there is no delay. So that is another important things that we can come across is that the people in your team should be have the ability to do multitask work. See, there should be you can give how you can develop such as give the rotation of jobs. So each person will be expert in almost all the work. So even one person is not there, you can manage with the other person. So the rotation of the job is another important things we can do because especially in the food industries, we have to deliver the products in time. So there should not be any delay. So that should also be ensured. See, your employees are happy. Only the healthy food can be prepared. There's a saying that healthy food can be prepared by the healthy heart. If your heart to be healthy, you should be happy. So see that your staff are happy. Always see that your staffs are happy, so they can do better work. They can spend more energy in the work than having problems in their life. So next most important thing is the location strategies. Suppose I'm going with outlets or the offline businesses. What should be the location? Where I have to select the locations? First is good location is very important. So you have to if you have a very good locations, you can target the right audience. That is the advantage. So your branding can be done very easily than spending on advertisements and other things. So the good location is very much important. Next is establishing your food brand next to the competitor. So that is another misunderstanding we always have, or we think that if I establish my business near a competitor, it will lose my business. But that is not the reality. Even if you go to Tamil Nadu or most of the places, we can see the gold shops are together in one places. The textile shops are together in one places. The advantages is that the consumers will have more options. So you can figure among one of them, and you are likely to get more visibility. That is the advantages. So you can see the McDonald's and Subways. If you go to US and other places, you can see the KFC and McDonald's are very close to each other because the people have more options and more people can approach you. Next is customers will be able to find and assist you easily. See, whenever you go with the offline businesses, the place you select is very important, because if your location is such that, or your shop is like such that where the people cannot find it easily, or they cannot come there or park their vehicles, they will not approach your firms, though if your products and everything is good. So that is, customers must be able to find and assist you easily. So before you open your food business, you need to keep this point in mind. Conduct a brief study about the local markets. So where you are going to establish your market, so you conduct a brief study about the market. Suppose I'm going with the like chickens or McDonald's and other things, which is this type of foods are more accepted by the students and young generation. So you have to do a local study of that. How many colleges are there? How many schools are there? What is the gender? Young people are there. So that the demographic overview of that area is very important. What is the age group of that area? What is the population of that area? How many people have chance of coming? How many people are liking our like this such type of product? And what is their income? So this is a demographic overview of that area is also very important. And as I already told, a healthy competition is always good. So when you are when you are close to when you have other shops very close who are the competitors, so there is a more chance for you to improve, and because you want to stand more higher than your competitors, so there is a more chance for you to improve. So that is a healthy competition is always good. Now coming to the most trending one, that is use the power of social media. The power of social media is another important thing that we can use, especially the startups and the people who want to do their business. So there is always a popular saying that there's a food is always the food is the next best thing to eating is talking about it. So when you popularize your product through the social media, the people will feel like taking that food. So you can use the social media to popularize your firm on the food. Next, the social media provides what are the advantages of social media is quicker, smarter, and affordable way. So if you want to go with advertisement, the cost is very high. So, but when you use the social media, the cost of your advertisement is very much less. That is the advantages of using the social media. So start by sharing the exotic image of your meat products. So suppose your meat products and your companies, you can show your exotic products. Frequently, you can show that so people will become aware about your company, your existence of the companies. So that will also help to create the brand for your companies. Then you can also, if you can also give a link with the Instagram, Twitters, and you can also register with Zomato also or the Uber Eats. So such are the options that we can use the social media to promote your business. Another thing is you can have your own app. So again, this helps to meet a large number of people, and it also helps to boom your business. Reasons why the social media is crucial for your food business. One is the greater exposure. So you can meet a large number of people in a very short time through the social media. Then easy to showcase what you're offering. Okay, so whatever you can keep on, as I told you previously, you can keep on uploading the photos of your products. So this and the delicious food that you are making, like, so this increase the curiosity of your brands will be increased. It also increase your credibility also as a trustworthy and branded company like. Next is easier interaction with the followers. Is another thing, advantages of using the social media is that we always very active and interact with the followers or the customers. It is very important. Whenever they comment or acknowledge, do that acknowledgement of their comments. In the case of is there any complaints or the queries, it is easier to address on the social media sooner than other means. That is another advantage. So if use the social media, you will be able to address the complaints and the queries, thereby helping to control the negative propaganda against your firms. So that is so you should be very active in the social media and interact with your customers also. And awareness about the competitors. So this is also another way you can do is that by using the social media, what are my competitors is doing? What is the offering they're giving it? What are the new products they're going to eat? So you can develop your strategies so that you can do better than your competitors. So that is another advantages of using the social media. Community of followers. That is, you can have the blog and in which they can comment, the customers or your customers can command it, give the commands of your products and other things. And you can bring changes in that. So community of followers can also be created by using the social media. This all will help to improve your food business. This is what the big companies are doing. Next is the cost effective. So cost effective is another thing, because as a startups, you know that we cannot spend more money on the advertisements and other things. So it's a very cost effective, because extensive advertisement will cost you more. So you can bring that awareness of the existence of your brand by using the social media, so that you will not burn your pockets much. So that is another advantages of social media and opportunity to learn. So you can see that sometimes we get a negative criticism, so that how you can improve it. So when the negative criticism, because you know that Bill Gates says your most unhappy customers are your greatest source of learning. So when the negative criticism comes, we can see what can be done for that, how to improve our product. So that is your most unhappy customers are your greatest source of learning. So these are the advantages of using the social media. Next is FSSAI compliances, or you have to follow the FSSAI compliances. It will be taught in the coming sections. So FSSAI compliances, because if you're not following the FSSAI compliances, you're not able to meet the standards of the food that is required. So to heat is a necessity, but to heat safely is an art. So if you want to supply a food of good quality and safety, you have to follow the FSSAI standards. Next thing that you can do is brand your businesses. you have to brand your businesses. Slowly, you have to brand your businesses. You can have more outlets with proper uniforming and setting up all firms almost of the same qualities like. So you can brand your businesses. This is also helpful. So you can also participate in the food fest, conferences, events, or become a sponsor and even partners, so that your products gets more visibility among the public or possible buyers, and you earn a name for yourself. That is the advantages of participating in the food fest, conferences, events, and becoming a sponsors and even partners. Do your homework. So if you want to be a successful businessman, you have to do the homework. So what are the things, what is happening every day? You have to plan out what I can do next day, how I can improve my company, what I can do to list my companies in the share business and other things. So you have to do your homework. What are the research and developments I can do it? So these are all very much important that we have to follow to be a successful person. While when you are expanding, when you are planning to expand, some people, when they start one outlets or other outlets, they go for keep on expanding without having sufficient stock, without having sufficient resources to do that. So you should be very careful. Instead of doing that one, what it is better, put off your plans of expansion, focus on getting the repeaters customers. See that your customers not only visiting once, they should keep on visiting you. So you have to maintain the qualities and all things. Once you create a credibility, naturally there will be people to fund you. That is what we can see. Many startups are getting the funds from the other companies and other big companies, and they are growing. Beware of the competitors. That is another important thing, that what is our competitors are doing. Unless you reinvite or evolve with the new products, there is a chance for you to lose from the market and you can disappear. So we have to come with innovative things like innovative products you have to make, bring the modern system of packaging, make the packaging more attractive. So such things you have to reinventing and evolving the new products. That is also very important to sustain in the market. The strategy way to stay ahead of your competitors, how you can stay ahead of your competitors. That is very important. Identify your competitors first. Never underestimate any adversaries. So you should be very observe what is going on in the market, how your competitors is doing, and do a SWOT analysis of your competitors. Then identify the gaps. So what is the gap? Understand what your competitors are doing, what you are not doing it. Try to implement that. So you try to fill the gaps between your competitors and this, so that you will be more efficient in doing your businesses. Make sure you have a competitive price if you and your competitors deal with the same kind of products. That is another important, the competitive price. If both of you are dealing with the same type of products, same quality is there, then see that you are selling at a competitive price. So what are some mistakes, the common mistakes that most of the food businessmen make is that unrealistic expectations. I feel that within a day I can become very rich. Like, no, it is not easily. You have to have a perseverance. You have to keep on working hard. You have to have a strong mind. So unrealistic expectation is one problem we come across, and poor preparation and research. So before starting the business, you have to have proper budgetary planning, and you have to do the proper researches, and then only you have to get into the business. And undervision and planning resulting in failure. That is another thing. Hurry to expand. That's what I told you. Instead of hurrying to expand, focus on your quality, and then you expand your business. So another important thing is customer service. Customer service is another thing that we have to take into consideration. And so what are the ways how you can deal with the customers? First is whenever the customer's complaint comes, listen to them. Have the patience to listen to them. Apologize for the problems that we are given to the customers, and solve and fix the problems, and thank them for that, for pointing out the problems and other things. Why our customers normally complain? Because of our poor customer services, rude staff, not keeping the promise what we have done, not listening to the customers, hidden information and cost, low quality of the product or the service that we provide. So these are the problems why customers complain. Because generally a business will sustain when the customers do the advertisement. A word from the customers will help to capture more customers. So that is most. So you have to satisfy our customer the maximum. So you will have the repeated customers, and this helps our customers to grow, our business to grow. So whenever there is a complaint comes, how to handle that complaint is very important, because first you have to listen to the complaint, understand the complaint, why it has happened, explain why it has happened, like record the complaint, make sure all the facts, and fix the problems. You have to fix the problems, and you have to fix it very fast. See, sometimes we also come across some complaints, and we call them and talk with them. So sometimes our dealer says that such complaint has come from such and such person. What we do is we used to call them and ask the problems. We fix them. So the people who come with hangry mindset become very calm. That's what we have seen it. And when we explain the complaint, they'll understand it, and we try to solve that problem. And we see that the problem is not repeated. So this is very important to be a successful businessman. And you have to keep the complaint books. And another thing that we have to look into is training our staff is also very important to be a successful. What is going on and what are the things, how to deal with the customers. All the training is another important. Training for our staff is also very important to grow our business. So when you sell the products, when you are having your own outlets, the eye level is the buying level. So whenever you keep the products, see that your product is more exposed to the customers. Otherwise, they will not see our product and they will not buy it. So that is another thing that we have to do it. The point of purchase, you can see, or the point of sale. We should have a very good exhibits so that it will attract the customers also. And the point of sales, the point of sales also, you can put a lot of advertisements and other things, what the offerings you are giving like. So all these things will also help to expand your business. So good luck to your food business. So in the next section, and the coming section, I'm going to talk about the meat products. Especially, I'm not just going to introduce what are the products that we have developed, what are the potential of the meat products, because we have short of time, so I'm not going to explain the procedures, how to make the products and other things. Those who are interested, you can contact personally. I've given the email in the last, so you can contact in the last. So why the people go for meat products is that people want the variety, or why the product demand is increasing day by day is that because people want varieties. So they want to have different varieties of food. So that is one thing. Another is the convenience. The people have no time. They're all very busy. So the product that we give should be very convenient to them. That is just eat and eat or ready to cook like. So such type of products have a very good marketing now. And another thing is we can go is the value addition. So what is the value addition is that, for example, if you take in the meat, the trimmable meats and the meat can be used for making the product. So the tougher meat can be converted into softer meat during the product making. So we can purchase the tougher meat. Say, for example, the spent chicken, we can purchase at a very low cost, but you can convert that into meat products and we can sell it at a higher price. So that is the value addition. Decrease the cost of production. So we can also develop different types of products like prime products, choice product, or economic products. So decrease the cost of production. Prime products means we can produce the product which is having higher quantity of meat or higher proportion of meat or higher percentage of meat. Economic products means which will have a low percentage of meat, and we'll be adding the non-meat ingredients. So this will help to cater the different people in the society. So even the below middle class, upper middle class, all can release the different products. So the cost can be decrease the cost of production can also be think about while developing the product. Next is increasing the palatability. That's what I told you. During the conversion of when you develop the product, we can increase the palatability of the tough meat to a soft meat. So that can be done. We can add some non-meat ingredients which will increase the palatability, increase the quality also we can do. That is what I told, the tough meat can be converted to soft meat during the product making. To produce economic products, that's what already we discussed about that, economic products. So how we develop the products. So any meat products, when you say a meat product, at least 50% should be the meat. We have to use along with the meat, and we'll be using non-meat ingredients like flours, spices, and other things. The advantage is that the meat cost is very high. Say, for example, if you take chicken, beef, it's around 330 or 340 like. The non-meat ingredients are at lower cost. So when you make the products, what happens is you are selling it as a meat product. So you have a more chance for selling at a higher cost, and the returns is more. That is the advantages of going for the meat products. So because when you add the non-meat ingredients, the cost is comparatively very much less. For example, if you take a flour, for maida flour is 40 or 45 rupees, like we'll be adding the ice, which is again 1 or 2 rupees, like. So we are using the non-meat ingredients, which has a low cost, but we are going to sell the product as a meat product, which can fetch you more profit. For example, if you take sausage, if you take 600 rupees or 450 or 600 rupees, like it comes like, but the quantity of meat we use in that is less. That is the advantages of going for meat products. So the entrepreneurs can think about such things. So this is how, this is called a bowl choppers, where this is an emulsion type of meat products. As I told you, you can put the tough meat, you can just cut it into small pieces, like, which reduce the toughness. We can add the non-meat ingredients, and it is made in the form of batter. And this batter you can convert into different types of products. You can see, like, you can make into sausages, nuggets, and others. So another concept that we can popularize is, because the making this batter technology is involved. Like, so what you can do is you can sell this batter as a semi-convenience product. So the processors can, this is another innovations we can do, like the processors can use this batter, they can take home or they take to the shop, they can make different types of products which are easy to make. But making a batter is a technology is involved. We have developed many products. Few of the products I'm just doing. This is chicken noodles that we have developed. Here we are used chicken. In this, we are incorporated certain functional ingredients like antioxidants, that is aloe vera. We are introduced that one. It acts as an antioxidant. It has more health benefits also. And we have used the natural coloring. You can see this colors of this noodles. So we are used, instead of going for the artificial coloring, we are used paprika oleoresin. A natural coloring product is used. So because now the people want the products to be more natural. So the chemicals are not appreciated to be incorporated in the food industry. So that is why we use the natural antioxidants. So we developed chicken noodles with 70% chicken, 0.3% aloe vera, and 0.5% paprika oleoresin. Another product that we have developed is the barbecue chicken, shelf-stable barbecue chicken. This is how we developed that product. See the final product you can see on the right hand. We use the technology called as hurdle technologies. What is that? Why we developed such type of product is for this product, the shelf-stable product. It's not shelf-stable. Like here, what is the advantage? You can, without maintaining the cold chains, you can keep this product for 2 days. So we used a technology called as hurdle technology. So the tough meat, using the vacuum tumbling, it's made into soft meat. And we went with marination and other things. So we use different procedures, which is listed here. I'm not going in detail with that one. And we are able to store this product for the 2 days without refrigeration. So in the rural area also, we can develop such products and bring to the city where you can sell it out, where the cold chain is not there sufficient. So in the rural area also, you can you can develop and you can sell it in the cities like. So this is another technology we can use like. So this is chicken nuggets. Like again, small entrepreneurs can adapt this technology. This is not a so sophisticated technology. You can make the emulsion type or ground type products. You can make using the bowl chopper, or you can use the plant premixers like what we use for in the bakeries. That is called as a plant premix for mixing the dough. So like that also we can use it, and you can make the nuggets. And now we are selling. It's already available in our outlets. We are selling this chicken nuggets. So whenever you go with the product development, the first basic things you have to take into consideration is who is your customers. First, you have to look for your customers. Whether I'm going to sell my product to the aged people or the middle-aged people, or young generations, or the children. So here we have developed a product for the children. So according to their taste, we have to develop the product. And see, the taste of the North Indian is different from the South Indian. So whenever you're going to develop a product, to whom you are going to cater it, that is the most important things that you have to take into consideration. So according to their taste, we have to develop the products. So these are some basic things that you have to remember when you are going into a business with the meat industry. Then we have developed a cocktail nuggets, where we incorporated the duck meat with the poultry meat, and we incorporated different levels, and we found that 25% duck is more compatible with 75% poultry meat. And we also incorporated the jackfruit. You know that jackfruit is now becoming more popular, and it has more health benefits also, that says that. So we incorporated jackfruits and some medicinal plants like shadavari. We also incorporated, and we developed a cocktail chicken nuggets where chicken is used 75% in the formulation and duck meat 25%. So now we developed the meat patties also. Meat patties, here we use we replace the maida with elephant yam. China. With elephant yam, we are used tapioca, we are used, and it is also having very good acceptability. So we can think about such products. You know that elephant yam is having health benefits. So such type of flours can be used in the products. So you can develop some novel meat products like. So this is how the patties is made. Egg paneer, we developed with albumin egg paneer we have developed, then yolk egg paneer we have developed, and all egg paneer also we have developed. So this is a yolk paneer, and it is also we developed a technology, and it is also ready to be marketed. So you can see there's different types of paneer, all egg paneer, albumin paneer. So we developed using the different flours also we used in that one to bring the stability or the texture, and we have developed that products also. And another thing we can do is the enrobed wings. It's not, we are not selling this product. The technology I'm just sharing you. See, you know that wings, the chicken wings is not generally accepted by the consumers because it's more bony like. So what we can do is you can have the batter and you can enrobe it. So when the consumers consume it, they feel that they are biting the egg, biting the meat at the same time. They're also biting the bones also. So that is another thing you can use it, or you can enrobe the neck portions of the egg. Neck portions of the chicken. Again, it is not much consumed by the consumers, or not preferred by the consumer. So when you can procure such type of wings or the neck from the bulk producers like Sugna or Shanti, Snagel, such companies, you can purchase that one, and you can go for a value addition, or you can do the enrobing of such products also. Even you can enrobe the eggs, the quail eggs, which is very small, you can enrobe just like our what you call bhaji, or in Kerala we want pagamburi. So you can enrobe that test, and you can also have a value addition, and you can sell it at a higher prices. So we have the cutlets. Again, we are selling our cutlets. So these are the different products we are having. We have the chicken samosa also. We have developed a chicken samosa. Again, this is a children's choice. We developed according to the taste of the children. We have this product, chicken samosa. So these are the different ingredients we are used. I not give the formulation because we cannot give that. If you come for the training, we'll be able to help you how to develop the things. Chicken nuggets. Again, we are selling the chicken nuggets. It's a fast-moving product we are having now. Chicken and egg rolls also we have developed.
So, sir, can you make it a little bit faster?
Yeah, I'm just finishing. Okay. Chicken rolls we have, and we have different types of chicken sausages also. We have different types of chicken sausages, chicken sausage, pork sausage, beef sausages, cocktail sausage, different sausage also we have. And apart from this, another field where you can explore is that using the byproducts from the slaughterhouses. So we have developed different products for the pets also. We have the pet foods. We have the pet foods. You can see that there's a pet food we have developed using the meat cum bone meal, which is a secondary byproduct from the meat industry. And we use the rendered fat also. So meat cum bone meal 20%, rendered fat 5%. We have developed pet kibbles, which is also ready for transferring the technology. Then now we are going with the pasta for the dogs. So here we are using different waste from the like the boti or the liver, lungs, which are not usually preferred. Boti is preferred, but liver and lungs are not generally preferred by the consumers. So we are using that for making the pet food. So it is made into powder form, and you can see the pasta here. So what's the advantage of this product is that you can sell as a dry product. You can feed to the dog, your pets, as a dried food as well as the moist food. So you can add the water and you can boil it out. It will get converted into pasta form. So the pasta. So you can sell in both ways, as a dried as well as the wet food, the moist pet foods. So this is another thing that we have developed. This is a chewable bully sticks. The market what we get is the bully sticks. That is nothing but it is made from, again, the waste material, that is bull penis. It is used, which is dogs are, there's much demand for this also. Even if you go to the Amazon and other things, you see the 4 pieces or 5 pieces costing around 500, 600 rupees. Like, so again, this can be converted into bully stick. In the market, what we get is a very tough one. It will break. So why we feed this? To clean the teeth of the dogs, and some dogs have the habits of biting the chappals and other things. So such can be prevented when you feed this. This is a chewable type. That is the innovations that we have made it. So it keeps on chewing it like a bubble gum. It keeps on chewing it. So that is the advantages of this chewable bully sticks. So again, we have developed this products also. Like, so if you want to have more things, like, you can contact, this is the address, you can contact like Professor and Head, Meat Technology Unit, College of Veterinary and Animal Sciences, Mannuthy, Thrissur, Kerala. And I've given our mail address also, you can contact us. And if you want to, we give the trainings in different products also. We used to conduct a lot of trainings also. Thanks for listening.